where the sun meets the sky. Two hearts in rhythm, yet learning to fly. The open road whispers a hymn to the free. Home's not the place, it's the soul's steady plea. Oh, sojourners, keep wandering bold. Life's not in riches, but stories retold. Each mile a verse of the song we compose. The journey's the treasure, the path that we chose.
All right, so this is
Our Sojourner's Journey.
So we did season 1. This is the beginning of season 2. Season 1 was all pre. This is season 2, which began the journey, which began our trip leaving Buffalo and heading down to Livingston. And you will notice in the intro of the video that there is a new truck. And so the Ford just wasn't,
Journey 1 could not do the job.
Journey 1 could not do the job. I was thinking about it today. I was saying, you know, even if we made a mistake in buying the Ford Explorer, and even if I should have done more research before purchasing a vehicle, God still used it for His glory.
Exactly.
And in the end, God didn't leave us out high and dry on it.
And
he was glorified in the end because somebody ended up needing it. We could have sold it for $3,000 to $5,000. I think the Blue Book was $3,000 to $5,000. There was nothing wrong with Journey 1. It just couldn't hold the trailer.
Right.
And in the end, the person who we ended up selling it to at a very low cost.
Yeah. It's a number that just popped into my head.
It gave me a chance to witness to him because he was hurting.
Yeah.
I've been there. I don't want to go around, oh, that guy's got street problems, or that guy's doing drugs, or that guy, but I've been there. I know what it looks like on a person. And it gave me a chance to, when I was driving him back to his house, it gave me a chance to witness to him and pray for him in the end.
Yeah.
And God used it for His glory. We took a sacrifice on it, and but God supplies our needs. Yes. God provides for us. So if we feel that urge to provide for somebody else, we know that in the end, God will still provide for us.
Yes.
He will not leave us abandoned. He will not let us slip and fall. So we were able to sell the Ford. But prior to selling the Ford, we had to find another vehicle.
Right.
And we did looking around. I didn't tell you, we put out some feelers, Facebook Marketplace, other car, online.
The second day of
Auto Trader.
I couldn't sleep that night. I was up. I think I was up at 2.
That's when that was when I was really struggling, and that's when I did that one video, a personal message for me, because
I wanted to help Tom. So when I couldn't sleep,
I was struggling because it's like that. I believe God can provide. I'm just crying out for God to help me with my unbelief.
Yeah.
That fine balance between knowing that God is real and can provide, and the fact that I'm still human and I'm still looking at the waves. And Yeah, so you overnight.
Yeah, I couldn't sleep. I figured if I couldn't sleep, I wanted to look for more trucks that we could possibly go and look at, and save Tom some of the grief of looking, which was really wildly depressing him. And so, I think I sent out feelers to 2 or 3, that I found overnight. At first I wasn't finding anything, and then I just felt like, you know what, whether we like it or not, we need to expand our search. And I was looking like in 25 miles, like, right down the road kind of thing. And I just said, you know what, I think we need to expand this search. And I think I went to 75 or 100 miles, I can't remember which. And once I expanded, that's when I found a few more. And for some reason they all seem to be in Rochester. Most of them seem to be in Rochester. So um, the next day, again, that was, and I think we've talked about this before, but I think this is how I feel it moved with God's hand. The next day was when that person that was right across from us in storage, they appeared at their truck, their car was there. We were there. They were having trouble. They saw us actively being here, and he came over to see Tom. When Tom went to go help him, shortly after that, I got a message saying the vehicle, one of the vehicles that I was looking at, was still available. It was the only one that I got that we got that.
I got no responses from any of mine either.
And one of the other ones I got response was that no, it was taken. So it was the only thing to go and look at.
I didn't tell you that. I got a Facebook marketplace message today. Are you still interested in looking at the vehicle?
Wow, that's
a
like
different
later, 2 weeks later.
A different vehicle.
Oh man.
So I said, no, I already found one. Thanks.
Wow. So yeah, that was how that worked. And so I was kind of like I didn't want to jump up right away anyways, look over eager, like I'm desperately sitting here waiting for your reply. So I just kind of bided my time. I'd put on some praise and worship in the RV because I know we were nervous. Our time was coming down to when we needed to start traveling to Texas, and yet here we were going, what are we traveling, what are we pulling Sojourner with?
Yeah.
So
it was nerve-wracking because we had already resigned from our jobs.
Yeah.
And we had already ended our lease at the apartment. So there was no one doing anything. And we couldn't just sit there in Buffalo. Nope. We had to get south. I even contemplated doing the hot shotting of the
and I was like, no.
RV down to Texas, but yeah, it's like, what do you, I mean, you're stuck. What do you do? Somebody's, and
And we already had reservation at the campground.
Yeah.
So, but the good thing, again, grace of God, Tom's helping somebody else. We're getting a message that there's a vehicle available. And the campground was already booked where we had been before, and it was close. And we said to each other, worst case scenario, we're sure that Journey 1 can get the RV from the storage to that campground. And it did. We ended up having to use it, and it got there. But we learned something. In order to do it with that vehicle, I had to go extremely slow. I had to let it gear up itself, not say, here's where I want you to get to, hurry up and get there.
The good thing is that the storage yard was just under the Grand Island Bridge, and it was during rush hour, so traffic was already creeping and crawling.
That helps.
We didn't really have to drive it fast over the Grand Island Bridge.
Good. Yeah.
And it was just kind of like straight shot, just over the Grand Island Bridge, and then
there it was.
Down some residential road.
So
to the
that was sweet.
So we got it there, and so we had to switch, and so God provided. We didn't want to rush and just buy anything, but there was only one response, and so it was a balance between having faith that God was providing. There was really no balance. We just we had to.
Everything checked when we went. We took the drive. They stayed so that we could get there, and we literally had 10 minutes before they closed. And we looked it over, took it for a test drive. Yeah, it was a little rough because it was a work vehicle. It's not a brand new vehicle, and it's been driven good and hard. But yet it had all the potential to being able to um, pull this, and that was key. So we asked for a few things to be taken care of, and we had to pass the New York inspection for starters, but we noted a few things, and we asked, will those things be taken care of? And we put down a minor amount of money to say
$500
not
holding.
too minor,
Yeah.
but yeah, saying this
holding
we definitely want this vehicle if everything
fee.
comes out right. It was in
deposit.
deposit. It was in the range of what
Right.
we had said it would be, and although we didn't want to play with a dealer and all the sales stuff and the way they try to talk to you or talk with you. On the other hand, the handy part is they take care of all the paperwork, the registration tags, and you don't have to take the time to get to the DMV and do all that stuff, which was going to be more it was going to be more of a hassle that. So, and then because we had to wait, we had to go home, and that means we didn't jump on anything instantaneously. We actually had 2 nights to listen to God, to hear that no, absolutely do not go for this, or
God would have had to slam the door. And we believe in God's power. We believe that God actively works in our lives. Some people may not believe in God, but we walk in our faith in God, that He's active in our lives. And when we are in certain circumstances and we say, okay, God, you've got us this far, and if this is not what you want, you have to close the door. Now, could God have done that with the Ford Explorer? He could have, but we had the Ford Explorer for a long time, and in the end, God was glorified in it and what we did with it. So, God used it to glorify His name. But so we pray, God, if this is not it, you got to close the door, but then you got to open up another door.
Right.
And no doors were closing, and so we ended up getting the truck and leaving. I think we only left maybe a day later than we had planned.
We ended up staying a day late, an extra day, which was okay. Which, again, everything that we think is a delay sometimes is often, God saying, take your time, stay here, wait for a moment. Sometimes they're divine meetings. We get to meet with somebody, we get to encourage somebody, we get to witness to somebody. It's not all about us. Actually, it's not about us at all. Even though we make it about us, it's really about Him, because we really are. We've been bought with a price, and we know that, and we want to give back. We want to do, and so Tom gave his time with that person. Was very helpful and very encouraging to that person. We prayed for that person. In the meantime, we were getting a look at this truck. We were able to get the truck, and even when we went to the campground, all 3 people were there. Mike,
the first
Wallace
Mike,
helped us.
the first Mike, the first Mike from the first time we were there.
Then the other Mike
that wasn't in town at the time.
And also Christopher, who was the person that Tom ended up helping. We were literally 2 spots down from him.
All together,
It was again, to me, that's, you can call that coincidence all you like, but it was God given, because Mike 1 was very encouraging in backing up. And in this case, we were in a hurry when we came into the campground. We needed to get on the road.
We needed to get to Rochester.
He ended up backing it in for us so that we could.
And we dropped the trailer. Didn't do much, but just drop it and go.
And we just went.
And we made it there 5 minutes late, 5 minutes late or something like that. But in essence, we made it there in time.
Yeah. So,
if we would have had to spend our time trying to back it in,
they wouldn't have waited for us then.
They wouldn't have.
And actually, the person that they had waiting for us had his wife there and needed to go and pick up their kids. So it was kind of. And is it perfect? Absolutely not. Are we concerned that it might need some more work? it probably will need some more work because if nothing else, we've traveled on some bunch of rough roads to get here. So
yeah, 15, almost 1,500 miles in a few days, and
yeah, there is another lesson learned.
no 12-12.
Traveling.
Yeah,
That's a huge, though even though you're sharing the driving and you can physically go a long day, it's too exhausting.
yeah, it's exhausting.
It's so exhausting that when you get there, and we've heard people say this, you're going to be grumpy with each other, you're going to be short and snappy, and you're going to make mistakes, you're going to miss something, you're not going to connect something, you're going to connect something wrong. um and then you're useless for that evening, until you can get your wits about you again the next day. So
Yeah,
that's grateful to get down here. Absolutely grateful that the weather was as good as it was. But again, these are great lessons. And you know what? We're learning not to be annoyed about these lessons because they're all so key. Even all the driving, the hot shotting we would have missed out on all of the experience of the drive. We know now, we know what it feels like. Now we know what feels normal and how to handle the different traffic. And you know, who likes driving through the city?
yep.
Even to get to the part to go around the city. Not I, not him. I don't think any of us that are pulling a trailer enjoy that. But those are short stints, and then you get the beautiful. You're in the in betweens, and you've picked a speed that is manageable, that actually keeps the temperature of the tires down, that keeps the jouncing and bouncing down. It's much more manageable. That I didn't mind being the slow poke on the road because again, you get a group of vehicles, they all pass you by, and then you have a breeze for a moment.
55 in cruise control. That's her top speed.
Yeah.
55 miles per hour in cruise control.
He pulls
Yeah.
right on that speed. Everything feels manageable, very manageable.
So Sunday, we started out on Sunday, was it the 8th? 3rd?
Second?
Was the 3rd.
The 3rd.
Sunday the 3rd was a half-day drive.
Yeah.
And then we did 2 or 3 12 on, 12 offs.
Yeah.
But they were more than 12 because, sometimes you get lost or your stops are longer than they should or something like that. Something comes up or you get rerouted down a washboard road.
Oh, here we go.
So when we got to Livingston, we realized, okay, we're not going to do 12 on, 12 offs anymore.
Yep.
It's 6 hours max, I think, is what I want to do. That includes the stops. 6 hours max. It's just totally exhausting.
It is, and then it's the other problem that happens when you do the 12 is you're bumping up against the clock.
Yeah,
the sun going down.
Yep.
You don't want to be backing up when the sun's down. You don't want to be hooking everything up. We did it. We've had to do the flashlight while we're hooking up. And yes, you can do it, but again, it's just, and then you have to, it's just so much nicer to be done in the afternoon.
Yeah.
To start recouping before it's even dinner time. To have everything hooked up and set up, and you can potentially have your shower and be unwinding, because it actually takes time to unwind from driving. You think it's really easy, but you have to hold tight. The trucks and the speeding cars do a push-pull on both ends of the vehicle.
Yeah, when you're doing 55 and a tractor trailer's coming down beside you, behind you, as soon as that tractor trailer comes right up by your trailer, you can feel it pull the trailer.
Yep.
You can feel it on the steering wheel.
Yep.
And then when you have 2 trucks,
when you're in the middle.
So when you're in the middle on 2 trucks, you can feel it really, yeah. So you're paying attention. So this is the beginning of season 2. You're going to see, so some of the next videos that are coming out is just some of our Facebook live streams.
Travel.
Of our travel, some pictures and stuff like that, and getting you caught up to here.
Yep.
And
now we're almost completely domiciled in Livingston. Technically, we are domiciled in Livingston, Texas. which is where we stayed for several days. The only thing that still has a
We
New
can
York
keep looking
plate
at them.
is
Oh,
the truck.
yeah.
We've got our temp driver's license, and the trailer is now Texas.
So I'm going to attempt to leave the end of this video with is we had 2 3-minute videos of our drive down the road. So I'm going to try and put the 2 videos together along with some AI songs I created about RV life. And so it'd be just kind of like cruising down the road and listening to the music, and then you'll see some of the other videos.
Yep.
And then after all those videos are done, you'll be seeing us working.
Yes.
You might see also we have a lot of footage I have not put up
in
between that will probably be thrown in there too.
Preparations, all kinds of still leftover preparation stuff, and
that's that
is
a big bird.
Oh no, it looks like a hawk.
Hawk.
Not a hawk. I mean an eagle. Yeah, it's got white.
Yeah, it's a big bird.
I think it's an eagle.
Yep.
Distracted? Yes. We're out on the farm and we're distracted.
Yeah.
The cows are gone. They came and had water. About 4 of them came. Looks like 2 mummies, maybe 2 mummies and 2 babies or something like that.
Okay. So, thank you.
Peace out.
Wheels spinning under open skies, sunrise painting gold in our eyes. Trailer and tow, a little home on wheels, chasing horizons, chasing how freedom feels. Rolling free on the highways and byways, you and me, finding new days. From city lights to the wild BLM, every mile it's just us again. Campfires glowing, stories to share, boondock nights with stars everywhere. Seasonal work or a park by the sea, every stop's a new memory. Rolling free on the highways and byways, you and me, finding new days. From mountain highs to the desert sand, every road leads to our promised land. No map can tell us where we'll belong. We're home together wherever we roam. Rolling free on the highways and byways, you and me, finding new days. From BLM land to a lakeside view, every road brings me back to you. Rolling free, just us two. Every mile I'm home with you. Sunrise paints the windshield gold. Another day begins to unfold. Coffee's brewing, map is spread. New horizons just ahead. Our silver bullet trusty steed, pulling dreams, fulfilling need. Miles melt away beneath the wheels. How freedom truly feels. Oh, the highways and the byways, calling out our names. Every exit, every sunrise, playing traveling games. From the mountains to the sea, this open road sets our spirit free. Rolling home, just you and me, living life wild and carefree. Desert dust or forest green, every campsite like a dream. BLM land, quiet nights, under starry boondock lights. Or an RV park with hookups neat, friendly faces that we meet, searching for the next big view and a seasonal job or two. Oh, the highways and the byways, calling out our names. Every exit, every sunrise, playing traveling games. From the mountains to the sea, this open road sets our spirit free. Rolling home, just you and me, living life wild and carefree. No fixed address, no hurried pace, just finding beauty in each place. New adventures round the bend, a journey that will never end. With every mile a story told, a life of freedom, brave and bold.
Wheels roll west, where the sun meets the sky. Two hearts in rhythm, yet learning to fly. The open road whispers a hymn to the free. Home's not the place, it's the soul's steady plea. Oh, sojourners, keep wandering bold. Life's not in riches, but stories retold. Each mile a verse of the song we compose. The journey's the treasure, the path that we chose.